Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. We're going to continue our look at angels and how we can fight the PTSD and feeling of trauma that the entire world is having right now. Our guest is Vanessa Cordorniu. She's an acclaimed bilingual Latinx healing activist and teacher of clinical hypnosis, intuition, and several international shamanistic practices with over 20 years experience. Vanessa, welcome to Late Night Health. I really appreciate it, and we're honored to have you here.
Thank you so much, and I'm honored to be here and to be part of this conversation. Thank you for sharing these messages and holding space for all of us at this time. Thank you so much.
When you told your family that, in essence, Mom, Dad, I'm kind of psychic, how did they react to that?
Well, I'm really grateful because I come from a South American family, and so it was part of our belief system. We were raised Catholic with espiritismo, which is spiritism, believing in the afterlife. And so we already had little altars. We believed in the afterlife. We believed in dreams. And it wasn't merely me telling them. It's more like being 5 years old and saying, hey, Mom, I don't like that man with the gray shirt and the blue car. He's mean, he's mean, he's mean. And my mom would be like, really? What is that about? We walk outside an hour later, and a man with the gray shirt and the blue car would pull over, get out of his car, start screaming at people on the street, and push somebody in front of us. And my mom would be like, oh. So she already had a lot of information. And I know that, we don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to share this story really quick. When I was 16 years old, and I told my parents, look, I went on a Ouija board, and boys and girls at home, I don't recommend that. There are other ways to connect with your intuition. But I brought it home. My mom blindfolded me and turned the board around. And so dramatically, a lot of information came through from my ancestors. My father's ex-girlfriend who passed over came through and gave specific messages, and it blew my mind. And so my mom witnessed it, and then she validated all the information that came through when she took the blindfold off. So it wasn't really me telling them, it was like they were there with me. And so I started reading folks at 16, mainly about their business, like people double and triple my age. And so my parents didn't want me to charge. I was doing it to just support people. But at some point I pulled back and said I need a break because I'm a teenager and I want to wait till I'm at least 20, 21. So there was no shock. They were just a little scared for me. They didn't want me to be attacked by people, or they didn't want me to not fit in, or they didn't want me to talk about it too publicly and get hurt. That was really more the energy.
Did you go to college? Do you have a degree in something like anthropology or English or Spanish?
And so I do have a degree. I went to school for media studies with a minor in Latin American studies. And I also took courses in psychology, anthropology. I took many different courses. But what I saw as a child is I saw so many people reading people, and they were on point, right? So I was going to readers from 6. And my family is accepted. I'm fourth generation intuitive psychic, but they didn't do it as a profession. They did it to help family or folks. I realized, wow, we're getting told a lot of truth, but how are we changing? That's what I realized. And so I studied hypnosis in my early 20s. I'm still studying it now. I studied Jungian analysis. I studied so many, archetypes. I studied shamanism. I just wanted to know, well, we all have intuition. How can we connect with it, and how can we use it to heal our lives? And not just repeat over and over again, either our ancestral patterns or just some of the habits we've picked up as humans.
So with all the trauma that we have today, people are experiencing this or manifesting it in different ways. And not only with the COVID-19 and the social unrest we have in the United States right now as we're recording this, but the pressure of everyday life in the 21st century. You also work with ancestral triggers and epigenetics. Epigenetics really fascinates me. And just very quickly, this means that if you have a genetic predisposition, you can overcome this. Can you help people do that?
Yes, and there are many different ways to go about it. And I believe firmly that we inherit so much along the bloodlines and along our DNA. We don't just inherit the color of our eyes or, our phenotype, the way we look. We also inherit our tendency toward anxiety, our tendency towards resilience. And one of the tools that I use is hypnosis. And hypnosis is a naturally occurring phenomenon in every human being. We're driving somewhere and suddenly we wake up. Not wake up, but we're like, oh, I got here. But if we have to really think about how we got there, we just drove. There's a state where our waves, our brain waves slow down, and we access resources within us. And so in hypnosis, we can heal ancestral patterns. For example, somebody comes up and goes, Vanessa, I'm in terror right now with COVID. Like, I have some money. I'm not on the street, but I'm in this terror. And then when I ask them and we interview, like, when did your parents come to this country? Or are they from the United States? We start to unravel stories of famine, stories of being pushed out of their house. Some people come to me with Holocaust stories, right? So there's a lot of that we're inheriting that is now being triggered by the fact that we're in our homes. It is an unknown time. We could get sick, and now with Black Lives Matter and the protests that are going across the world. So it is something that can be healed. Hypnosis is just one of the ways. There are many ways, but I think it's one of the most powerful ways.
Do you speak to those who have passed? Do you have angel guides? Do you believe that we have angel guides?
Absolutely. That's why I'm a clinically trained hypnotist. At the same time, I'm also a spiritual one. I come from a deep practice of connecting with my higher self, with our angels, with our guides, and with my well ancestors. So not all of our ancestors are well, right? So when we call them in, it's important for us to call our well ancestors to help clear and support and heal the other ones. But I absolutely do believe in angels. I've had many experiences. And I think that an important message for all of us during this time of stress and the unknown is to drop into our own knowing, to drop into our own breath, to trust our own inner guidance. And a lot of people say, how do you tell the difference between intuition and fear? Well, fear is going to accelerate your heartbeat. It's going to have you either want to freeze or run or freak out or close down. Intuition doesn't. Even with the most unsettling information your higher self or your angels can give you, it's given to you in an objective way, so you're very calm. So if we can get to that calm within us, we can access this information to heal our ancestors too, to heal our trauma, and to reduce our anxiety.
With all the stuff that's going around the world right now, and the pressure, can we help ourselves, relax using meditation, hypnosis, and other relief technologies, if you will, so that life can return to the new normal? And we have less than a minute, so.
Yes, absolutely. And I think that's why alternative healing and other wellness techniques are really being highlighted now. I think that they're just part of our history. And Western medicine is also important and needed. But right now what we can do from our homes while all this is happening is find that technique or set of tools in our toolbox that can help us, whether it's meditating, whether it's Reiki, energy healing, right? It's a Japanese technique and it's energy healing, whether it's breath work. It's important for us to be present. When we're worried about when we're stressing or feeling guilty about the past, we're not present, and we're worried about the future while we're not present. And all opportunity for healing is in present moment.
And we have to do that in the present. We are out of time. Will you come back, Vanessa?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on. Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Late Night Health continues. Visit us at latenighthealth.com, and we'll have all the information about Vanessa posted for you right there. We'll be back. Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment. If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308.
Old souls may be the ones who've been around the block a few times, but they're also the ones who know how vastly beautiful that block is. They're the ones who still stop to smell the roses, and they always stop to drink in every small moment of life. Life may seem like it's all about seeking moments to smile, but I find it's about smiling for every moment you experience life. And old souls know this best. They're the ones who treat life like a garden. They know the only things that will ever grow within that garden are the things they've placed there, nurtured and tenderly cared for with all their heart.
For more inspiration from Robert Clancy, visit guidetothesoul.com or go to the Moments with Robert page on latenighthealth.com. Late Night Health continues with our regular contributor, Robert Clancy, author of The Messenger, and you can find out more information at his website, which is guidetothesoul.com. We're going to talk about brilliance today. Somebody told me a couple of weeks ago, actually a mutual friend, Robert, told me that what I should be saying is I am a genius all the time. I am. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about brilliance. And do you have a spiritual thought on brilliance?
Yes. Even flawed diamonds shine in their inherent brilliance when they seek the light. And I was thinking about this the other day when I was speaking with a friend of mine, and the only time I felt really love on an incredible level was when I was touched in the forehead by the angel. As you know, I have my divine experience, and I've kept that kind of a secret for the last 30 years, even from my own family. But my latest book is about that, and I've had to live with that. And I know we talked about angels a little bit and kind of the theme that's going on right now, so I thought I'd bring up this brilliance. And there's a brilliance in that love that I experienced, and to be able to experience it here in this earth has been something I've pretty much spent my entire life tracking down.
The brilliance, and you've said this before, that in every dark cloud there's a silver lining of love. Do you see that happening today with the COVID-19, the pressure of the living in the 21st century, the pressure of the social unrest in this country right now? Do you see a silver lining?
There have been many silver linings in all of this, and yes, you have to look for the light that's in this. Although it may seem dark at times, the darkness is controlled by the light. So it's there's a few people, there's bad people that are jumping in the bandwagon to do whatever. There's also the silver linings that have occurred, but for every one of those people that you think are negative or doing something, there are millions of people that are good. 99.9% of people are great and good people that are out there, so you need to believe in that. The other thing is that there are silver linings that happen. There are things that occur if you pay attention to these little moments within these seemingly horrific things. And one of them, I've talked to a lot of people, they're very positive about the COVID because they have time to reflect on themselves. They've had time to spend and talk to others on a level that they have not been able to do, and they've eliminated all these distractions in their life. And the other side, with the social unrest, it's bringing stuff to the surface that we need to address as a country, as a world, as a people. And, there are good ways and bad ways to handle it on both sides of the fence. And, there are silver linings because people are crossing that line with love. And you need to keep your eye out for them because those are the silver linings.
How does somebody whose store in Albany, where you're near, has been destroyed, and we're talking not a major, conglomerate, but a mom and pop shop of some kind, maybe a restaurant, maybe a clothing store, some kind of retail outlet that's been destroyed. What kind of silver lining can they possibly see?
Well, one is that the community comes together, and I've seen it time and time again in my own community as well as others, where they come in and embrace those people and help them because, it's horrible that if something like that does happen to a small business owner and they're not really part of any of this, whatever's going on, this social unrest. But again, the silver linings are how we respond to this after the fact and during it. And those things will happen. They are occurring. And there's some serious issues there. And some of the things I'm seeing, I get angry at what I see and what people are doing, just as others will be, and as well as the people that are doing it are very angry, obviously. So, we need to look at this from a bigger picture. And it's hard to see some of the images that I've seen on TV or on the news recently. But I've also tried to pay attention to those beautiful moments that are happening as well. And a lot of them are from my friends and just how they're speaking to me, how it's getting us to talk, and how we're kind of dealing with these issues.
And I think that what you said, having some time, is a brilliant opportunity. It's a shining opportunity to be able to sit back and say, okay, I'm going to change this in my life. I'm going to do this. I'm finally going to do X, Y, Z. Or making a personal choice to change and hopefully change for the better.
Yeah, and the love that is there, which you have, accessible to you at all times, is a priceless gift. It's something that we can reach out and share at any time. It's instant. It travels at the speed of light, and it's something that you can do for one another out there. And to have love between two people, between a community, or whatever that is, just brings everything to a whole other level. That's my definition of what heaven on earth is. It's when you can share those moments like that and enjoy just the little things that occur every day in those moments of love.
One of the things that I've noticed is that people are friendlier. When you go to the market, somebody will, and both Daryl and Robert are going to laugh at me, but I was the tallest guy in the aisle, and there was a woman who needed something at the top, and I could reach it and she couldn't. I was more than happy to reach up and get it for her. And I did, and she was very grateful for that. And she said something like, gee, usually I have to climb up or find somebody at the store to help me. Thank you. And I think that people are going out of their way to be helpful right now, to be, in essence, brilliant.
Yeah, and there was a second benefit out of that, because Daryl will attest to this. The woman actually made you feel tall, right?
Yes, it did.
for a moment.
You're not a man of tall stature as far as but that was the silver lining. See, you felt tall. It was great.
Yeah, but I'm not short. Anyway. That's another. It's just but it was a nice feeling, really, to be able to help somebody.
Yeah.
Daryl was going to say something, and
I said economy size.
Oh yes, that's right. It. I'm an economy size.
Yeah, but the whole thing is that everybody coming together in those moments and recognizing that when it's happening is really the beauty of it, and being able to help another person, and they're thankful for that and having gratitude. And I go on these walks every day. I do a power walk, either between 3.5 to 10 miles every day, and it's I always do my gratitudes. I'm thinking about them when I'm out there. Sometimes I'm walking with a friend, and we kind of yell across to each other and about our gratitudes and really what we're thankful for. And every day is a gift, so you really need to look at it that way.
It's amazing because we've come together by staying apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a great way to frame it.
Well, I think this world is brilliant. I think the country is brilliant. It doesn't need to become brilliant. It always has been. And you guys can read into that any way you want. Robert, thank you very much for joining us as always. This is Late Night Health, and Robert Clancy, the author of The Messenger, has been our guest, and we appreciate his time today. And we appreciate your time as well. You can reach out to us at latenighthealth.com. If you have any questions, you can write us at info@latenighthealth.com, and we will respond to you. Daryl, thank you as always.
Pleasure.
And thank you for tuning in. As I say every week, and I mean it more than ever, have a great week, have a safe week, and most importantly, have a healthy week. We'll see you next time here on Late Night Health.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you wanted to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.